Yo, what's up, everyone? Thank you last video for the continued support. I appreciate it so much. It's great to see all your comments and likes and even some of you guys subscribing. I really appreciate it. And let's just keep the momentum going, and I'm going to keep bringing you guys content. So Space Marine 2 has just dropped a new trailer alongside with the new roadmap and lots of details here. We'll first start off with the roadmap because that's where all the exciting stuff is. We'll go over to their website here. And Space Marine 2 has lots of awesome stuff coming, and some of the things are already in game right now. So, to sum it up quickly, they've added a new lethal difficulty, which is now the highest tier of difficulty. And they've also added a new PVE Operation Termination, where you face off against the largest threat the Tyranid swarm has to offer, the Hierophant Biotitan. This thing looks huge in game, and I can't wait to dive into this operation. This update is coming free to play to all players, which is great. I think we need to keep supporting studios like this that love to bring free updates and just love to support the community that they're growing. And alongside that, they're also bringing a new Neo Volkite pistol, which will be in PvE operations and PvP later on. I believe in the next update, hopefully. Alongside this pistol, we will also be getting the Dark Angels theme pack. This thing looks so great, and they've also talked about how they're wanting to bring more and more chapters into Space Marine 2, so I can only imagine what else they have planned for us in the future. This Dark Angels theme pack has new weapon styles, armor pieces, and armor schemes that will help expand the already huge amount of customization that's already in the game. However, this does seem to be a part of their first battle pass, which will be coming out in the near future. For those of you that are gold and ultra edition owners of the game, you will be getting this already. But for those of you who just have the standard version, you will have to buy the battle pass, it sounds like. Don't know if there's going to be a free and a premium tier, but that's most likely the case. Now getting into the patch notes for this most recent update. So what we've already talked about, there's that new PvE operation with that huge Tyranid. And we also got that new lethal difficulty, which is going to be in the PvE operations. Going through more of the patch notes here. For lethal difficulty operations, ammo crates have limited refills per player. Majoris enemies can become enraged and will be deadly and harder to kill. Armor restores from finishers only if you stay close to your battle brothers. Overcoming such a challenge will grant you new cosmetics. So that's awesome. They've also added a photo mode in operations, but this only works in solo, which makes sense. You wouldn't be able to do it when other people are in your game to pause the whole game. Also, very small feature for you photo lovers out there. Characters can now follow the camera with their eyes, so I'm sure that will create some super cool shots. Some gameplay and balancing tweaks. Melee archetypes. Fencing weapons perfect parry window will now have the same duration as balanced weapons, but it will start from the first frame of the parry animation. Melee perks, chainsword, power fist, and combat knife charge attacks get significant damage increase. So that's great. Like, the more melee, the better. Basic aspect scan, bonus damage on bosses is reduced by 30%. Melt a charge, damage to bosses is reduced by 70%. Enemy spawn director PvE, so they tweak some idle spawns. Enemy variety within waves is now less random, while enemy variety between waves is bigger. And extremist enemies can now spawn with additional enemies. Some difficulty changes. To Ruthless, ammo crates have limited refills per player. Also in Ruthless, players' armor is reduced by 20%. And in Substantial, players' armor is reduced by 10%. So overall, the notes from the devs is saying that PvE started to become a little too difficult, and they really wanted to keep the challenge there for operations. So this patch is mainly just to bring that balance back to make it difficult. Getting into PvP, there's an increased delay between announcer messages in PvP, which is like, thank goodness they noticed that. I'm sure they got tons of feedback that the announcer was just going crazy in some of the modes. So I'm glad that they fixed that. The starting animation of the grapnel launcher for the Vanguard is shorter in PvP. So that is probably actually a huge buff. I actually don't play a whole bunch of the Vanguard, but the little that I have played, the animation just felt like forever. Fixed power fist in PvP, dealing too much damage with short range attacks. So a little bit of a nerf to the power fist in PvP. We got some AI changes, nothing really substantial here, just saying that they'll dodge more, and that will most likely lead to less damage to them. And then some customization changes, just some quality of life things that seems to be in there. And they just go into some general bug fixes. Feel free to read these. And yeah, Space Marine 2 is looking like a great investment for those of us who are playing it. It seems like Saber is really loving all the players. I believe that there's over 4.5 million players, which is a great success for them. I don't even know what they expected, but this is obviously showing that there's a huge interest for Space Marine and for Warhammer in general. And I'm sure that this just means great things for the future. And hopefully they continue to bring us huge free updates, and that just to keep the player base happy and keep everyone involved. Can't wait to see all those other future updates they have planned. I know they have some PvP maps planned, some new weapons. We'll get some new customization, but time will tell, of course. And here's just a quick recap in the video. So what they have released already is Ultra Ride support, private PvE lobbies, which we just got, and the Battle Barge sparring arena. In Season 2, this is where they're bringing in the PvE missions, the lethal difficulty, and the Neo-Volkite pistol. And we get a new enemy, which I believe is that new Tyranid. Season 3, which is coming next, we get another new PvE mission, a new PvP game mode, which that should be great to have some more variety in there. New PvP arenas, same thing, more variety the better. We get another new enemy, PvE prestige ranks, that will be awesome, more grind there. And a Battle Barge expansion. So I wonder what that's going to look like. In Season 4, next we have a Horde mode, another new enemy, and another new weapon coming. And after this, we could just see coming transmission. So that stuff isn't revealed yet, but I'm sure within due time. Probably around the Season 3 or 4 mark. Most likely Season 4 mark, we'll get some more info on what's to come after that. But as always, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all the comments and likes and support that you guys are giving. Even just a view, that's great. Really appreciate it. But yeah, let's keep the conversation going down in the comments. Always happy to hear your guys' thoughts, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you again.